together, but they have to do it. Our people don't.
About 3 weeks ago, my cousin and I, we did a show and we talked about Mase and his conversation, or Mase and his situation, I should say, with Fivo or Fabio and him on $1 million worth of game and all that good stuff. And then we talked about what you had to say in response to that. Now, we talked about it, but we all cool. So it was like we could talk about it, or we can get the good brother to come on here and kind of elaborate himself. So you were gracious enough to come on here, and you were gracious enough to allow us to have you elaborate about that situation. So if you don't mind kind of giving some proper context to the people about exactly what you had a gripe with Mase about in that particular situation, and a little more into the situation itself.
Okay. Yeah, nah, no problem, man. For us, his Fabio situation, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I was shocked, like with Gilly and all them. I was shocked that Fabio was saying the 5,000 things. Like, damn, Pup, Mase, you didn't went through so much, and all of us kind of like backed you on that. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like at one point, you know what I'm saying? So for you to hear that, it was kind of strange, but it was kind of cool that he kind of cleared it up. And that's not really my issue or business. But on an industry note, on that, it's like, to be fair to Fabio, even if he got 750,000, it wasn't. That was the budget. You know what I'm saying? He didn't walk with that. You know, he had to make an album. He had to shoot videos. Mase, I'm pretty sure your 800 you just put in your pocket. So, but that's not my business right there. I was just speaking about that for the industry wise. My thing is that on that show and on many shows, if y'all both, you know, saying, oh God, y'all both, you know what I'm saying, I want to get y'all opinion on what was y'all take before I go on what he's saying about Nelly, the St. Lunatics, Nelly in particular, us being wrapped in that, and us being associated with him. What is y'all quick take on that? So, you know, I'll know, because I could be bugging.
Never knew y'all were associated. Kind of was took me as a surprise. Honestly, I we obviously knew about Mase, and then knew he left for the gospel, and then knew he came back. But talking about Nelly and St. Lunatics, I don't ever remember that even being a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. I didn't even know about it, honestly.
Right. So I ain't bugging. You know what I'm saying? So he says something about it. If y'all get a chance, go like the one on Mase coming back when with the Welcome Back record. He did one on Season Park. He said that. So just I wanted to get y'all's perspective, because I could have been bugging. Like, I just want to hear how y'all, with the perception. The perception is giving us, you know, just what y'all heard on Gilly's show is that he was part of us.
Yeah.
Since even when he was a pastor, he was making money. Okay. Now, like I spoke yesterday when we spoke, and I said, if you watch the Kanye documentary, which was super dope, keeping all that footage, and at that party that Jermaine Dupri had, that Mase was there. Mase had just got a deal with Jermaine Dupri to do Harlem World. Now, we were at that party too. Yeah, we were outside.
Okay.
I stayed in the van. I didn't go in. I went to college in Morris Brown, so I was in the van talking to my college roommate. The rest of the group, Slow, Kiwan, Nelly, City, Murphy Lee, they all sit outside. Slow Down with the mask tried to go and finesse his way through the door. Long story short, they were like, yo, y'all on the list. Y'all can come in. So our manager was in there giving the CD because one of, like, a good friend of Mase, or a homeboy he moved to St. Louis. He's from Harlem. His name is Trail. Rest in peace. He was like doing security of, y'all get to Atlanta, I'll give you a CD to Mase. So when we get that CD, the manager goes in, the Ticks, all the group members except for myself actually goes in, and they give Mase the CD. Mase hands it over to his manager, Kuda, as is done in the industry anyway, right? Kuda listens to it. Yo, they kind of hot, in particular. To another interview I was speaking on, Cardan, he spoke about when they flew back home after that, getting that CD, they were like, yo, we're going to just work on the one dude, Nelly, which cleared up some things for the Lunatics. When Cardan said, who I love, that's my brother Cardan, he didn't know what he was saying. He wasn't saying anything wrong. He was just saying the truth. What he cleared up is that We were under the impression, the Lunatics, that, you know, Kuda got us, tried to shop the Lunatics and couldn't get a deal. Now, Carter made it clear, like, nah, we got that CD, and on our way home from Atlanta, leaving the airport, listening to their music, we was like, yo, we're just going to do the one dude. Now, my good friend of mine, Courtney B, he was shopping the group, and he was getting offers for the whole group. But 20 years later, for us just to find out, like, oh, so it was just Kuda's idea just to go with Nelly. You know what I'm saying? We'll just move forward. Okay. Mase. Kuda was interested in us. Well, you know, Kuda was Mase's man, interested in us. Come to Jersey or whatever. So we come there. In St. Louis, we telling everybody, yo, we got to deal with Kuda, and Kuda deal with Mase. You know what I'm saying? Because Mase just said Kuda, screw me to my game. So Kuda had a little name. You know what I'm saying? So, and Mase. So Mase just got a new deal. We're assuming he wants to sign us. He's going to take us to his artists, right? So, while you're at BET Awards, they're at BET. You know, if you guys are familiar with BET or one of the awards, they have the big conference room, like, you know, in a hotel or something. And they have like Vegas radio here. They might have, you know, y'all show here. You know, just all in this little area. You got a bunch of different. You keep going from station to station to podcast. I mean, you know, it wasn't podcast back then, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So when they walk to St. Louis, yo, Mase, come here. Heard you sign one of our hometown heroes in St. Lunatics, and Mase, nah, I don't know them. I don't know them, and I ain't signed nothing. No. Do y'all know them? So we had to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know, maybe we shouldn't have said Mase's name. I mean, that's cool. So we can't blame him for that. But I'm saying now, 22 years later, don't forget that we had to carry that weight. So you knew about us though, but we're not tripping though. So shortly after that, you fired Kuda because Kuda kept dealing with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a deal for Nelly. I really kind of said, roll along, all right, that's cool, whatever. And now, when I said instantly, he fired Kuda after that. Now I'm around everybody from Harlem, Sugar J, Cardan. He gets so mad at Cardan for a bunch of little shit. You know what I'm saying? He take Cardan out the video where he got shot the cannon the day before the cannon, you know, that video shoot. He took Cardan off the video. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I was around nothing but Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jim Jones, everybody cool because I was homeboy Trigger has a deal from Harlem. So I'm around all the Harlem dudes. They sit around Mase. Mase is calling us Plan B. Kuda over there with Plan B. So that's why when I wrote the shit for Nelly on the record, Throw Them Rappers. I throw them rappers, you go throw them rappers on Country Grammar. It said Kuda we Plan B says who's. And it's Kuda saying says Mase. Like how we even know he said that? Kuda them told him. Yeah. Cardi them was like, yeah, he's saying, yeah, Kuda over there fucking with Plan B. Plan B, okay. What's Plan A? Because Plan B about papers. Okay, cool. So my thing is that you don't get to have both of them, Mase. You didn't see us coming. You acting like I still got an ear for music. No, you didn't. You didn't see us coming. You was throwing little shots. You did your thing. We fuck with Mase. That's Murder Mase. You know what I'm saying? We did your thing. You did your thing. You sold 4 million. That was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't see us coming. I seen us coming. Don't get it twisted. But I didn't expect you to see us coming. You know what I'm saying? But you throwing disses. So I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because you threw 4 million. So we did your 4 million plus 4 more million plus 2 more million. Sit down. Little boy with that little shit you doing, that 4 million shit. I did Diamond. I did that. I wrote that. So that's that. Now, but you don't get to say on the radio in St. Louis that you did not know us. That's pretty cool. You said that, you don't know us. Okay, boom. And you come now, you called us Plan B. We said something about it. It's written down. You disappeared. 4 years later, you come back. 4 years later, you come back. My thing is that I wasn't really with it. It was cool because, you know, at the time I was not new. I was a young 5%. I was young in age, not in the culture, but so I would argue with Christians, and that was just stupid at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, him coming back and he fresh, you know, he's shooting pool with us, and me looking at a pastor just shooting pool was just some bullshit to me. Like me talking slick still, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to judge him. I got homeboys as pastors, and they can, you know, still have a drink or something. I guess I don't know, but back then I was young. So I'm just questioning his whole motive. Plus, he called us Plan B, and I'm a Cancer, and I don't forget shit. That shit happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like looking at him like, boom, he's saying little slick shit. Like, what happened to the pastor shit? Like, once again, I knew that shit was fake. So we, you know, he back though. So he gonna do a record. So stipulations in the record was, I could be wrong. This is what I was told at the time. Of course, fuck niggas could switch it up on some fuck nigga shit right now just to be some fuck niggas. But the fact was, at the time, I was told the truth. He wanted 250 bands. Cool to give him 125, Nelly give him 125. I'm just frowned up. I'm always frowned up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's cool. I bet. Let's go and do it. Part of the stipulations was, okay, it is 125. Cool to give him the 125. It's 250. All we asking is let us drop our song first. You back? Don't nobody know he back though. Don't nobody know it back. He was with Kuda. Kuda screwed me to my game. So when he came back to Kuda. He didn't come back to the world. Came back to, yo, Kuda, I'm back. I want to come back. That's blah, 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 blah. So Kuda and Nelly, you know what I'm saying, we signed up Kuda's company up above for real. And that shit was nothing until when we got it. We blew 10 million, double platinum group, another 8 million, you know, saying, with Nellyville. By this time, I think Murphy came out, went platinum, got Grammys and shit. So now here come Mase back. So Nelly's like, yo, let's sign Mase. Boom, 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 work us through that. Kuda said that. Mase and Kuda slick shit on us and go back door. And Kuda gives Mase half of For Real. So now he owns us. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to this 250 we gave you. The stipulations was just let us come out first. Avery Storm, I got a bunch of dollars I can spend them on her. He was on the song. Go listen to the Sweatsuit album. I think it's on the Sweat or the Sue. It's just a featuring Mase. And the way it was set up, it was all like, introducing, we got somebody special guest. So that was the stipulations. This fuck nigga went in, did the Lean Back remix. Wow. Now keep in mind with the 250, he went and bought, go look at the Welcome Back album. He went and bought the blue gold diamonds, the blue gold diamond Jacob watch, blue gold diamond bracelet. All that came from the 250. You know what I'm saying? That came from the 250. We have one stipulation, bro. Let us just drop our shit first. You know, let us please. Where you go with 250? He still didn't hold his word to that shit. I keep it real. I never cap. I never said your fake pastor. I'm shut the fuck up. Dang. Shut the fuck up. You lying. Then you acting like, so are you saying that you had Nelly and the Ticks? And if you did, we got a whole settlement in the lawsuit going on. We got to add your name to it. That was my whole point. That's why I reached out to my Sam. Like, yo, nah, I've been trying to reach out to him. And I don't want the brothers that I know, I've been texting like, yo, reach out to Mase for me. Let me talk to him. They might not want to get in it. But I'm, you know, holler at me, Mase, because we finna put your name in the shit because you said, am I correct, guys? Me and Kuda was partners. Yeah. So we just forgot a person to put into the lawsuit. We forgot somebody. And our attorneys was like, oh shit. Like, I'm like, he said that? Like, no, here you go. Me that was the game. He said that. You know what I'm saying? So really he wasn't fucking with us. So really what happened, you came in 04. Kuda let you back in. Nah, but if we your artist, 04 you dropped Welcome Back. That's why I asked, if Nelly your artist, and he was the hottest out right there at the time, 50 had just dropped, you know what I'm saying? But Nelly we hadn't stopped, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So one of the top 2 or 3 artists in the world right there, if not one of the best. He ain't on your album? So let's go listen to the Welcome Back album. Nelly ain't on that. How they show artists and you ain't on? He ain't on there. You like, come on, what you stupid? Nah. So if it's cap, let's call it cap. If it's not cap, then come on, I'm putting you in this lawsuit. I don't care if it's $20. You owe me. And I know you want to pay me because, like you said in the interview, yo, it was times Puff be going to the student to the club. You come back, you to put the whole song together. Puff said, I'm doing this, doing that, doing this. It was times I'm sitting in the studio writing Country Grammar. Everybody come in the studio with bags. So Mase, I'm in the same position you in, so I know you're gonna look out for me. I ain't tripping off that. Because you solid like that, right? Like, praise the Lord. So that's my thing. Now, all the other shit about basketball and stuff like that, if I was one person to get on, I'll be like, Gilly, I don't want to smoke with Gilly because he's too quick. I'm 50. But, you know what I'm saying? Just on a friendly basketball tip, like, well, give me 3 months, Gilly. I'll bake you. I'm 6'5", 300 pounds. Don't start that little shit then. Give me a chance to get in shape. I ain't saying that 2 weeks, 2 a day shit. That's that goofy shit Mase talking about 2 a days. See, that's just 2 a days. What is you 47? You ain't no 2 a days. You're gonna be done. Like, nah, but bro, let me ask you, Mase. Let me ask all of them. Hoopers, Killer. Cam, that's my dude. Though. Like I told you, that's my brother. Right? I'm just Cam. You're talking about this basketball and they play the high school. Fuck all that. What AAU squad you play on? What Nike camp you went to? That's called Chris Webber. That's called Allen Henderson. That's called Allen Houston. That's called the boys from Syracuse. Like, let's call them and say, oh, no, that's all I played against them in AAU. We was on Nike team together. We was on this team together. Like, where that's at? See, in high school, that's really all that high school shit. Everybody play high school ball. Where you play AAU ball at? I played on the St. Louis Eagles, which is now called Bradley Billy League. So if you play on that team, that means you was one of 13 and the best 13 in the state. Fuck all that what you did in high school, because you could fabricate that shit. You could have played for a little school or whatever. Yeah. What you doing AAU? Let's do that. And then I already baked Mase. We went on that team. We was in LA playing. We played on opposite teams one day. The next day, he was Ali, and got Ali on my team. I know, nigga. Division 1, you Division 2, you Division 3, you can hoop. You don't want this, your legs on backwards and shit. You walking on eggshells, your feet flat. I'll bake shit out your motherfucking ass. You know that, but that's just besides the point. That's jokingly with Mase. You know what I'm saying? That's jokingly with everybody. But honestly, you know what I'm saying? Nah. You said you was part of partnership with Cuda. So if you was partnership, man, let's put your name into this settlement, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because I know you're gonna do the right thing. That's all. That's what I want to speak on. And there's a bunch of other shit I'm not gonna speak on. I talked to my brother about it, but I ain't gonna speak on that. But that's here nor there.
Yes, sir.
That's all right. So y'all got any questions? You know, I just wanted to say because I'm looking for them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for them when I'm 50. I ain't no static. You know what I'm saying? We gonna handle this in the courtroom. We gonna handle this in the. You know what I'm saying? I got the man never did nothing to my family and like that. You know what I'm saying? For us, like, you know what I'm saying? Physically or no shit like that. So it ain't about that. It's just about, nah, man, you can't do all that shit. You can't have it all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Just have it, you know, if you're going to keep it real, keep it real. Like, you know, I came in 04, you know what I'm saying? After, you know, we was done with Cuda in 04 because of that situation, because they did that slick shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't on the best, I'm not on good terms with Nelly at all right now. But I'm keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? That pissed him off. Shit, like, damn, I made for real. I made up above that label. Then he come back, and then Cuda made the shit didn't really do well. Like, Welcome Back, that was a cool record. For some reason, it just didn't do well. You know what I'm saying? Cuda, you jumped out the plane. You said, you was like, yo, Mase back, Nelly done. You jumped out the plane and took the parachute, but the parachute was a backpack. Damn. It was a backpack. Splat. That's my cartoon landed. It was over. This was back in the church on y'all. Back in Atlanta. doing whatever that shit he say he be doing.
So he won't. So you saying Mase won't respond to you at all at this point?
I ain't really got no contact with him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Okay.
He ain't trying to respond to me. Y'all seen the shit. I'm pretty sure he's seen. I tagged him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Grill and all that shit.
Right.
That was just some ha, boom, boom, boom. I got a song called Grill, so I ain't really did it Grill. I'm just like, for one thing, I honestly, I would like, man, take all that shit off, man. That shit for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you Mase. We look up to you. We saying what you saying. Like all his peers are like bosses. So we expect you to be a boss. Take all that goof ass Griselda shit off. Griselda, they young. They just got in the game. Let them do that. Let them have that shine like that. Take all that shit off and the grills and shit. When you start wearing with that goofy shit, grow the fuck up. And you can grow up because you're a kid. He's a respectful brother. But don't y'all seen the interview. You see how this is what I don't like about certain kind of people. This is about anybody. When he was unsure, he's really humble. The more sure he got, the more humble he got. I mean, the more cocky he got, right? He said it, right? He was saying it. So he's the kind of kid that if you walk home from school and I do what my father told me, like, yo, what you say? You know, if I bump into you, I'm sorry. And a real dude gonna say, it's cool, dude. Don't worry about it. So my bad, my bad. We both say my bad. A sucker gonna say, yeah, you better be sorry. My next move is to act a little more afraid. So they'll just get tougher. My whole goal is to get you to walk up on me because if I present this image and you're a sucker, if I get softer and softer and I'm perceived to be wounded, you're going to get tougher. So and I'm somebody you should walk up on. You shouldn't walk up on. But not only are you going to walk up on me because I'm acting soft, but you're going to walk up on me with your hands down. I'm gonna knock your whole shit out your face. But you should have walked on me with your hands up, your partner's hands up, and everybody's hands up. But you walked up with your shit down, and that's the kind of person he is. When he's seen that he's only humble when he ain't sure. When he gets sure, next thing you know, he back. Boom. Then my son, my billionaire son, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, gave me these. Now you in that tight ass suit, your stomach, you need 2 a days and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the best shape either, but I'm like, I know when to put on a motherfucker. It's a V-neck sweater time for me. I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? It's V-neck sweater time. It's still Jordan, but don't grow up a little bit.
Word.
You got the top down, let the girl in your mouth, and that motherfucker look like Walmart is a motherfucker. Like, isn't it? It might have been, you know, the official. That shit look good. Sit down, Mase. Go be a boss. Go be what we expect you to be. You ain't gotta be out here clowning and all that shit. Then you. So I don't, with your situation with Puff, I ain't getting in that. You right. You should. That's why it's an ill situation. But I did an equality, so I ain't gonna just call you no sucker because you want your money, because you do deserve your money, and you did create a bunch of shit. That's why you was on Welcome Back, throwing shots at Fab, because you felt like Fab took their style. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at that. That's hip hop. But I'm saying, like, don't. So I ain't gonna call you just like, you know, and then Murder Mase was tough. I put Murder Mase up there with Jada, Kids. I remember them Clue tapes, them Ron G. Murder Mase was shit. I come in and it's over like sliding doors and all that shit. Like him and Chris was going at it. People forget Murder Mase.
Right.
Shit. But so I ain't no sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like no huge Kobe fan. But when people be like, he trash, I told you, I was like, what? Trash. Like, hold on.
Right.
I'm just saying he ain't better than Jordan. Like, wait a minute. We ain't never gonna say he's trash. Ain't nobody in, I told you, ain't nobody in NBA, NFL, NHL, NBA, I mean, Major League, ain't nobody trash in that motherfucker.
Right.
The last nigga on the bench, everybody on that bench will start in their hometown. Everybody somewhere gonna be like, boy, he gave him 50 at Marshall High.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like trash. So chill out with that part. So that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying Mase, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do him like that. Like That's murder Mase. That's Mase. Either way, whether it's murder or whether it's just Mase. I ain't coming at the man personally like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, shout out to his sister and all that shit. I'm just talking about, listen here, bro. Step up to the plate and talk to me. Tell me, Lizzie, that was cap. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's cap. All right, move forward. But if you saying you part of that, we got a serious motherfucking settlement. Shit I done paid for. I ain't got that kind of money no more. I'm all right, but shit, I done paid this motherfucking retainer for the attorney. I want everybody naming that motherfucker who's supposed to be in it. So we got to revisit no shit. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. I ain't no talk out there. Y'all know how I do. Y'all give me everything.